When I look at our customers, and this is a gross generalization, but they fall into two categories. The first category of small business owners are those who are financially quite savvy. I remember talking to a person who ran a restaurant and a waste disposal business. And I asked him, what's the connection between your restaurant and your waste disposal business? And I realized that for him, it was just a business opportunity. He had a chance to buy a business. He did the math. It seemed to be good. He bought it. Now, it turns out that the majority of small business owners actually aren't like that. They aren't the financially savvy or even very interested in money. They like the craft. They want to paint, or they want to build a house, or they want to manufacture something. They love their business. They love the craft. The thing they hate about their business is all the money stuff. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to call a client and say, hey, you haven't paid me for a while. Like, that's the part of their job that sucks. And so to the extent that Fundbox can help, and not just Fundbox, frankly, technology can help take away that's the sucky part, the part they don't want to think about, and automate it and make it easy for them and let them focus on what they want to do, I think that's a big win.
When Fundbox was beginning to grow, whether it's from inception or it happened along the way, how did you make the decision, or when was the decision made that it was going to create its value in its analysis, like you suggested? Because there's already lending tools. There's already accounting tools. You know what I mean? Like QuickBooks exists. Xero exists. Other accounting software exists. Lending tools have existed for forever. And a lot of them talk, right? Like in the past, there have been ways, for example, if I were to look in my QuickBooks, they would say, do you want money? And like you could, of course, go to a portal and go elsewhere and try to borrow money. Was there a conscious decision to play in that middle ground, which is like, hey, how about we analyze to tell people when they actually need money so we can provide money, versus let's be a lender, let's be an accounting software? Because you're kind of in the middle of these two industries.
We have a product called Cash Flow Insights that help our customers do a short-term forecast and see what their cash flows might look like, say in 4 weeks or what have you. We do monetize through credit, through capital, through lending and payments, but it's a combination of lending and payments. I think for us, the way we position ourselves in the market is it's less of, are we a lending company or a payment company or what have you, but it's really, what's the problem that we're solving? Because you're absolutely right. There have been lending tools available in the past, but honestly, they haven't really met the needs of most customers. And reasons are very obvious. First of all, most banks that provide capital tend to only focus on customers that have had long histories or that are larger. And the reasons are very simple. It's economics. The data, it's difficult to assess a small business without spending a lot of time, people time, an auditor, an underwriter. It takes the average bank over $4,000 to assess a small business because of all the human capital involved. Now, if I were spending $4,000 of money to assess a mid-size or an enterprise client who would be taking out millions in loans on which I'd make millions of dollars in revenue, the $4,000 is well worth it. We hear this all the time from our customers that I worked with Bank X for 16 years. I had one missed payment, couldn't get access to working capital. And so our approach in using data, business transaction data, was not idealistic in the sense that, well, we want to be like a big data company or we want to build AI or anything like that. It was because, what are we going to do? If you want to solve this problem, what do we have to be able to address the needs of a small business in a scalable way? Because yes, we could hire a whole bunch of people, but then we'd be basically at the same place as the banks if we had people manually assessing the books of a small business. So our approach to getting data from business systems, building these statistical models, predicting the likelihood of risk of a transaction or a business, providing capital based on that data, was all because that was sort of the solution to the problem we were trying to solve.
IT Visionaries is powered by Salesforce Platform and Dreamforce. Did you know that the very best Dreamforce sessions are available for free right now on salesforce.com/plus? We recommend watching the platform and MuleSoft keynote to get the down low on doing more with less in increasing efficiency with automation.